My biggest regret is watching myself destroy someone else. I turned the most life-filled girl into someone I can't recognize. Seeing her turn destroyed mentally and physically was almost life-changing for me. I thought it was just a game and a funny inside joke with my friends to get to know her. It was funny to me at first until I stopped updating them on her but talked to her more. You may ask why. It's because I was slowly falling in love with someone I couldn't pursue. She was the perfect person for me. But she was a joke to my friends. If I went for her I would lose everyone. I had to stop myself by breaking her heart. I never actually liked you. The last words I ever said to her. I watched her heart break that night. It was terrifying. The look in her eyes that night and the way I saw her whole body completely change gives me chills now. It's like I saw the moment she turned into a different person. She cried for hours that night. The last football game of the year. Her face paint was destroyed and all her friends comforted her. It was tragic. I've never seen anyone be in more distress over one person. I sat with my friends and watched and laughed. Deep down I had to force out laughter. The next couple of weeks she slowly broke down more and more mentally. I still lied to everyone. I never liked her, she's obsessed, she's insane, she's ugly, I would never go for her, she lied, but I knew those were all lies. Her hair slowly became less healthy by day. She stopped doing it nice like she used to. I loved when she straightened her hair and then styled it with tiny elastics into 2 braids or pigtails at the top. When she curled her hair it made her eyes popped. But most of all I loved when she took care of her natural hair and when she wore her curls. I told her that. I never saw her healthy curls after that day. I never saw her natural hair again after that day actually. It was always low ponytails, messy buns, or occasionally her natural hair, but instead of her gorgeous curls it would be brushed out. She stopped doing her makeup for school. I've never seen someone do makeup the way she does. It's so natural but makes all of her features stand out. I most of all loved her white waterline. It made her blue eyes stand out. She wore gold jewelry, never silver. She didn't like the way silver made her look more pale. Usually gold hoops with layered necklaces and sometimes rings. She wore rings sometimes but would take them off when she had to write. She didn't like how they felt when holding a pencil. Her outfits always stood out to me. Even a couple weeks into school she wore outfits most people would think are extra, I guess. She never wore sweatpants or pajama pants. Always casual shoes though. She always wore black Converse. It all changed so fast though. Her most common outfits became pajama pants or sweatpants with an oversized t-shirt or sweatshirt. She dyed her hair blonde. She dyed it blonder as the months went on. It slowly started to lose life like the rest of her. I miss her golden brown hair. She stopped wearing makeup. If she wore jewelry it was just stud earrings so her piercings didn't close. Her grades dropped. She just barely made it through to the next grade. She left her headphones in all day and didn't talk to anyone. Every month she would make a different change or try to be her old self again. She tried different styles and would actually try in school. But she could never keep it up for more than a week. It always ended up how it did before. 6 months later at the end of school she started to realize she wouldn't get over me. She accepted it at that point and talked to our mutual friend about it. I trusted him and told him I still care about her and that I would be with her if it wasn't for our friends, and he understood. She understood too. She saw the good in me after what I put her through. And she never will know this story or how I really felt through it all. To her I'm still the boy who left her in the dirt and hates her for his own mistake. I didn't see her at all over the summer. I saw her brother at my work. I'm a host at a restaurant. For a second I forgot I had a line of people waiting. "Hi, how many people in your party?" I said to them. "Oh, they were in front of us," her brother said. I knew he knew who I was. He stared at me with disappointment and anger deep in his eyes. After I quickly helped the group in front of them I took his group. I couldn't look at him after that. The rest of my shift felt like it went on forever. I remembered that day and thought about her all summer after that. On the first day of school I woke up and considered taking the bus knowing that's the only place I see her by herself. But I recently got my license and my sister needed a ride. When I got to the school and saw her for the first time it made my whole body freeze. She looked like a different person. Not in the way I said before. I mean, she was beautiful. She looked full of life and almost like the person I knew before. There's nothing I can do now, even though now I'm the one mourning her loss. I broke her heart and breaking her heart is the reason now mine is breaking. Every day I see her come to life a little more. The fine details started to come back to her. She started doing her hair again, she started wearing a white waterline on her eyes, she wore gold jewelry, she even got her nose pierced. And surprisingly she wore black Converse. But not the ones that I knew. She got new ones, platform ones. Even after slowly becoming her old self again, there's still things that will never be the same for her. She lost herself before. She changed everything about herself to forget the person she was with me. But that person was slowly coming back. And although I couldn't show it, I was secretly happy. I was rooting for her on the sidelines. It made me feel good knowing that she was finally finding herself again. And even though I couldn't tell anyone or show it, makes me happy, at least I know it in my heart. This story breaks my heart to tell. And it hurts to bring up that past time. But what really hurts the most about anything in this story is that it's not real. I wish it was, I really do. But sadly, I'm not him.